We are joined by attorney Jeff O'Brien for our weekly 3 and Out. 3 sports stories, usually. It will be certainly today. And during the football season, we talk about the 2 D1 football programs and the best D3 team in the state, possibly the country, the St. John's Johnnies. And Jeff, you were telling me that this, I said, so the Gophers and the Tommies had their bye week. How about the Johnnies? And what did you call it? Sort of had a bye week.
So I call it when St. Thomas was in the MIAC with all these schools, I used to refer to playing Hamline as the Hamline Bye week because they're just not good at football. And it's a reference to, there's an old show on FX called The League about a bunch of guys in their fantasy football league, and one guy never changed his lineup, and so his nickname was Taco, and they always referred to that game as the Taco Bye week. So yeah, the Johnnies kind of had their Hamline Bye week this week. It was a close game too, about 59-0.
Wait a minute, are there cracks in the Johnnies? They only put up 59.
Yeah, they haven't allowed a point yet, I don't think. At least but in 2 weeks here. So, but interesting. They are going with, I didn't know this until I read the recap this week. They're using a 2 quarterback rotation.
Oh,
they got they got a junior and a senior, and they rotate. It's like a 2 series apiece rotation, and it seems to be working for them because they scored managed to score 59 points.
Yeah, but how long is that going to last?
I don't know.
The greatest rotation in NFL history was when the Cowboys did it with Roger Staubach and Craig Morton. It lasted 1 week, and that was the end. Staubach became a Hall of Fame quarterback, and Morton got shipped off to the Giants.
Well, the one guy went 16 of 22 for 238 yards and 2 touchdowns, and the other guy went 7 of 11 for 148 yards and a touchdown, and he rushed for 1 more.
Jesus.
615 yards of total offense.
Oh
That's why we call it the Hamline Bye week.
Wow. Well, maybe it will work. So they go 2 series. Do they alternate who starts the game? Or do they, I wonder if they have the same guy starting.
There's not enough. I couldn't find enough info on it to confirm it. I'm intrigued about it now. I'm going to pay a little closer attention about this. I didn't realize that they were doing this. I thought it was the junior kid that was the quarterback. I didn't realize they're rotating like this.
Well, didn't they got a kid that had been in D1 for a while, right?
Yeah, the junior Sweeney, the junior, because he was I think he was a transfer from, I forget, was he North Dakota or North Dakota State, but he was an FCS transfer.
Okay, yeah, it's that's intriguing though, and I do obviously, since my son did graduate from St. John's, he played rugby there. He didn't play football, and a lot tougher in rugby. They don't wear anything and they hit too. But anyway, that's a story for another day. That's I had not known that either. Well, it's I just hope. I mean, I'd love to see this team win another national title. I think that'd be absolutely phenomenal. So we'll see.
They've had the deck stacked against them when it comes to playoff time. The last couple of years, they've had to run the gauntlet. And they had to play like the best teams to get there, whereas some of the other schools, perennials, seem to have it's an easier path for them to get there.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how this all plays out in the end. But it's 50. Was it 58 or 59? Nothing.
59-0.
Oh, the Hamline got it wrong then because they have it at 58-0 on their website.
Yeah, they're probably just trying to save face. I don't know.
No, 59-0. The Johnnies have it at 59-0. Hamline has it at 58-0. So you're right, 59-0.
I'm going with I would go off the St. John's official page. So I'm sticking with 59.
So it's Trey Feeney and Xander Dittbenner. That's a great name, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Xander Dittbenner. Feeney's from Moorhead, and Xander Dittbenner is from Mankato West.
Yep.
And they're ranked. They're number 4 in the nation.
Yep.
Scored on 8 of the first 9 possessions.
Yep.
Jesus.
So I think all 3 teams will be active next weekend because the Gophers then they'll be playing Rutgers here on campus at Huntington Bank, and apparently Rutgers opened up as a 3.5 point underdog, perhaps because Rutgers won losses to Iowa, and there's probably arguably a better team than Cal, and the Gophers haven't really played anybody of consequence besides Cal, and they got their butts whooped. So.
Yep. Oh, by the way, I wanted to go back to this game here. Both quarterbacks were done midway through the third quarter. So the numbers for these guys could have been much worse.
Rotation this time.
They had another guy in the rotation. And they've got the receiver, Dylan Wheeler, who's an All-American wide receiver, a senior. He caught all three, so not showing any, he's not tipping his hat to one or the other. He's going with both of them to get his touchdown passes.
Yeah,
phenomenal. I love that story. And by the way, they had not played Taco or Hamline since 2019. How did that happen?
Yeah, I have no idea.
That they wouldn't have, they wouldn't have played them for that long.
Yeah, maybe it's out of mercy. I don't know.
And they got, let's see, they return home. They play Augsburg for homecoming. I would say
Augsburg is a pretty decent team. They're actually coached by a guy by the name of Darren Lamker that I went to high school with, who was our quarterback at Robbinsdale Armstrong. So he's a sharp guy, but it's Augsburg playing at home, playing them, at Augsburg is one thing, but to bring them back up to Collegeville, that's going to be a tough game for the Augies.
Let me just say, good luck with all that. For the are they the Augies?
Yes.
Okay, because a
lot of real creative naming that went on in the MIAC with the
Tommies,
Augsburg Augies,
Johnnies,
the St. John's Johnnies, St. Thomas Tommies, Gustavus Gusties.
Should be the Hammies.
Yeah. We had the Olies. We have the St. Olaf Olies. Hamlin's the Ham. Yeah, Hamlin should be the Hammies. No, they're the Pipers.
I like Hammies better than Pipers. I got to be honest with you. Well, what are the other? What's Concordia? Are they the Conkies?
Cobbers.
The Cobbers. That's close. So what are the who we forgetting here? From the
Carlton Knights.
Okay, I don't like
McAllister Scots.
the McAllisters. That's right. They're in the MIAC then. The Macs. They should have just been the Macs. The Mackies.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of who else is. I don't know what Saint Scholastica is.
They're in the MIAC now.
Oh yeah, they shoved them all in there after they booted the Tommies out. So
Bethel
Royals, the Royals.
The Betties is what they should be. That's right, because they want to have teams that some of the bad ones could beat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's just pathetic on their part.
Yep.
All right, Jeff. Who did you say your Tommies play?
Tommies go out to San Diego to start their Pioneer League season. So they've had mixed results out there over the years, but hopefully they can get their season started off right. They had a pretty decent non-conference schedule with they beat Lindenwood, who had whooped them up on last year. They beat them this year pretty big. They narrowly lost to Idaho, which is like the number 11 FCS ranked team right now, and then they came back and beat Northern Michigan last week. They have one more game on their schedule, Bob, that's going to be very, very tough. I think I forget what the actual date is. In November. They're playing NDSU at Target Field.
Woo! Oh, that'll be a fun one.
I've called this one the Ric Flair game. In order to be the man, you got to beat the man, right? They got to figure out. It's a good idea. It's a good 4 years into the program, it's a good idea to measure yourself up against arguably the best program in FCS right now. So a good idea to see where they do line up. And we'll see what happens. But it could be if the Tommies keep developing, that could be a good game.
It's not an if. They will keep developing. They got a heck of a coach.
Yes,
so that's not going to be that'll work out. All right, Jeff O'Brien, our weekly 3 and Out. Thank you, sir. Take a quick break. The BS Show will be right back.